Oh, hell yeah. You know what's up. You know what it is. The Victory Talk Podcast. We're doing it real big right now. You know what it is, man. We about to get into this show, man. We got a lot we want to cover today, all right? And we're going to talk about, obviously, getting money, but we're going to talk a lot about fitness today, man. I'm going to be breaking down some of the things that really helped me be in amazing shape in my 40s. I was in great shape in my 20s too. So some of y'all, and I'm gonna show you how to do it in your 20s, 40s, and everything in between. Let's get it. And this is another episode of Victory Talk. All right, this is episode 296. You know the vibes. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, Gymnasium Jesus, Jesus de Gimnasio, the Southside Savior, Unctimus Prime. All right, and I'm excited for this show. I got a lot I want to share with you, motherfuckers, man. All right, we're gonna talk about all types of things that'll help you accomplish your goals in fitness, business, and in life. Get your mind right, get your money right, get your muscle right. You feel me? All right. But I'm not alone. I'm never alone. I got Minovia, DJ Chiquita Grande. She's handling the chats. All right. She's making sure she's monitoring that shit, making sure don't nobody get out of line because they're gonna get kicked out and banished indefinitely. All right. She doing her thing. You know, she in the kitchen right now. I don't really let her out the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? She can only go to the only place she can go is the kitchen and the bedroom. That's it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All right. She's just in the kitchen because she liked to work there, man. It's all good. Hey, anyway, the homie Nima, he's still on a mission right now. All right, Nima's still on his mission. Trying to get the thought repellent out of Iran. You know, he's working on that's his homeland. So he's working on getting the thought repellent out of there, man. We wishing him luck while he's on that mission. All right. But we got a lot we want to cover today. All right. Yo, before we get into it, I got two sponsors. One is me. All right. I got a free ebook that'll show you how to grow your online fitness business using AI. All right. It's going to show you how to use AI to grow your following. I know some of you guys, a lot of you guys want to grow your following on Instagram, TikTok, or maybe even the YouTube. All right. So that ebook is going to show you how to do it, but also it's going to show you how you can get clients, online training clients. That's how I made my first million as an online trainer. It's going to show you how to get some clients and how to train them so they get great results. The link is in the description. Make sure you download that immediately. All right. And not only that, the next sponsor is Thought Repellent. Thought Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away, right? Because once you start listening to Victory Talk podcast, you start implementing the shit I'm teaching you. What's gonna happen is you're gonna get in amazing shape. You're gonna look fantastic. You're gonna be ripped, shredded, muscular, vascular. All right. And you're gonna have a lot of disposable income. You might even get yourself a Richard Mille or something like that, you know. And then next thing you know, women gonna be on you. But not all women is good women, yeah. Contrary to what you might have heard on The View, not all women are good women. Some women are thoughts, and you got to learn, and you got to keep them away. That's why we're developing Thought Repellent. So Thought Repellent is an easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away. It's genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of thoughts, hoes, sluts, skeezers, skanks, Jezebels, and hood rats. All right. Good women, it's like an aphrodisiac for them. You know, they're going to smell it and be more attracted to you. But thoughts, they won't even be able to get close. You're going to need that, brother. All your super chats, every one of them, goes towards the development of Thought Repellent. Because Nima's right now, he's in Iran right now working on getting that out for us. All right. So we're going to have it for you soon. All right. We got a lot we want to cover today. We got a lot to talk about, a lot going on in the world, a lot going on in life, but man, I remember once I was at the plane station. I know some of y'all call it the airport. I like to call it the plane station because, bus station, train station, airport, don't make no fucking sense, right? It's a plane station. Anyway, I'm at the plane station and when people start lining up to get on the plane, right? And when they say, "Oh, we're about to start boarding," and people start lining up, sometimes people rush the gate, and I'm always thinking, why these motherfuckers standing up? They know they can't get on before me because the first class is gonna ride. You get on first. Well, not first. First they're gonna let on the veterans and the cripples. All right, but right after that, it's gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? So like, you motherfuckers are in the way. But anyway, we like kind of like lining up. These motherfuckers are I'm gonna have to part the seas like Moses for all the people who are in the poverty parade when I go through. The poverty parade is what I call it when I watch people come by me on first class. I get in my seat and people start walking by. I call that the poverty parade. They put on a little show for me. Sometimes they have like animals with them or like, children. And that's entertaining. But anyway, we in line, right? And then behind me is this dude. He's African because I hear him on his phone. He's African and he's talking like this. That's how I can tell he was African, And I don't think nothing of it, He's from the motherland. And then all of a sudden I hear him yell, "Oh shit." He drops his bag right next to me and starts running top speed away from me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the bag. I'm like, oh shit, is this it? Is this a Somali pirate or a terrorist? Some terrorist shit? Like I don't know what's going on. And I really, for a second, man, I thought this shit was the end. How would you feel if a motherfucker in the airport drops his bag and starts running away from you? I don't know. I was terrified. I thought it was the end. And this was just only a few years. Anyway, yeah, I was kind of scared. And then he came back, crisis averted. I guess he just forgot some shit, I was like, man, you scared the shit out of me. I thought that was a bomb. He said, oh no, it is not a bomb. I just forgot my bullshit. And I'm like, all right, nigga. And and it scared me. And one of the things, and I gotta imagine that feeling I felt when he dropped the bag and left, that's gotta be how Kash Patel felt when he first saw the unredacted versions of the Epstein files, right? They still ain't let us know what's in them motherfuckers all the way. Like, the files that we got, we didn't even get them all, man. It's still mad names redacted. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why they protecting these niggas, You think one day we gonna really see what was in there? What you think, Stream? You think we really gonna see what was in there? I don't know, man. I don't know. They showed something, but it was like it was like mostly redacted shit, like you couldn't really see it. I wonder if we'll ever get to the bottom of that shit one day. Pause. Probably not, though. Now, it's more than the victims of some of the people. Like, there's one part that's truly disturbing. It was this one email where somebody emailed Epstein and they said, yo, the little 11-year-old you had was some like 11-year-old you had was nasty. And I was like some to that effect. And I was like, yo, man, why they protecting the motherfucker who sent this email, man? I think we need to know who sent that shit, man. Like, why not? I don't know, bro. One thing I learned from this whole Epstein files shit is if you're rich enough, it sounds like you can get away with most things. You know what I'm saying? Wonder why Epstein killed himself. I don't know. Anyway, we got a lot we want to cover today. I just felt like sharing that with you. Yeah, we probably won't never get it, man. We probably won't get it. And that dude, to wrap up the story, that dude did not blow up the plane or the plane station. He was just going home to his family, man. You know the vibes. Hey, here's something I want to talk about. I've been doing the ketogenic diet for about 11 years now. And it's been, I don't know, I really think it's like been a cheat code for me. And I kind of want to break down what it's been like being on keto for over a decade at this point. You know what I'm saying? And really breaking down some of the myths about it and showing you what it's done for me and what it can potentially do for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you, again, some of y'all get mad when I talk about doing keto, but I just want y'all to know, I just want to give you the information and you can do it with it, whatever you want. All right, let's get into it. I've been doing the ketogenic diet for about 11 years now, and I've got some amazing benefits. For example, the benefits include, but are not limited to, it's easier for me to stay ripped. I have way more energy. I never break out. My skincare routine is nothing. I haven't been sick in about 10 years now. Haven't had a cold. My girlfriend had COVID 3 times. 3 times since we've been together. I was kissing her in the mouth, making love to her while snot was running down her nose. COVID snot running down her nose. I ain't care. I may stop for a second for her to blow it because I'm a gentleman. But then I'm right back in there. And I'm more productive. It's really been a cheat code for me in my life, not only as far as my health is concerned, but also as far as my success in life is concerned. It's helped me in business because I have more energy and improves cognitive function. And I kind of want to break this whole thing down for you to let any of you who are interested in maybe doing a ketogenic diet. I want you to see how to do it, what the benefits are, proven benefits, all by science, and how to implement it if it's something that you want to use, if it's something you want to do. Now, here's the thing. You don't have a lot of times when I start talking about keto, people say, man, but keto's not for everyone. Shut up, loser. Nothing's for everyone. The only things I can think of this for everyone is like oxygen and water, right? Some people die if they eat a peanut. Almost nothing is for everyone. Right? That's way too high of a criteria for anything. I just want to let you know, I want you to have this tool. You can put it in your toolbox, and you don't have to marry it like me. You don't have to do it forever like me. It can just be a tool that you utilize when you feel like it's appropriate, right? So just relax, all right? And I want to get some of and before I before I get started, I want to dispel some of the myths. I'm going to go into the studies regarding these myths in a minute, but I just want to get these out. The ketogenic diet does not lower testosterone. In fact, there are lots of studies that I'll show you later here that show that they can actually raise testosterone in many people. The ketogenic diet does not cause you to have high cholesterol. In fact, in many studies, it shows that it actually normalizes or lowers cholesterol in many people. All right. I kind of just want to get those, and you can build muscle on a ketogenic diet. Again, I've been on keto for 11 years, and I'm bigger now, than when I started. Right. So I just want to get those out of the way. before we get into it. All right. Hold on. Let me share my screen right quick. Let's go with entire screen. All right. Ketogenic diet. This is the metabolic weapon. So here's how. Oh, I don't even have it. I'm not sharing my screen. All right. Well, even before I do that, check this out. Let me just explain to you how I started on keto. Back when I used to be a fitness model, right? I was in New York, and I was with one of the top agencies, and I was signed to that agency as a model. And one of the things they needed me to do, I was too big, right? They wanted me to get to slim down a little bit. So one thing I didn't do exactly keto, but what I did was I just ate meat and vegetables, meat and green vegetables. That's all I did. I ate that. And then what I noticed was not only did I get super lean super fast, but I also had more energy, and my skin just cleared up. I couldn't believe how clear my skin was, right? But it was just a tool that I used when I was modeling, when I needed to slim down. And maybe I did it for like a summer or during like different seasons. All right. But then it wasn't something I was sticking to. It was just something I would use while I was modeling. And then I went back to a traditional diet. And then years later, I went to the doctor for a checkup for insurance. And they said, yo, your cholesterol is pretty high, bro. And this is me just on a regular diet, traditional Western diet. And excuse me. This is something that runs in my family. I have a genetic predisposition for having high cholesterol. Like a lot of my family members are on statin medications for the cholesterol. And my doctor wanted to prescribe statins to me. But I was like, young at the time, relatively young. I was like 31, 32. And I was like, damn, I don't want to be on this shit, because statin medications have a host of negative side effects. So I had remembered when I got certified as a nutritionist with NASM that I had read some studies showing that the ketogenic diet can naturally normalize cholesterol levels. So I said, let me try this for a month as opposed to doing these, as opposed to taking these drugs. I did that. And I went back to my doctor. He said, yo, your cholesterol is great now. It's perfect. Did you take the drugs I gave you? I was like, hell no, man. What the fuck wrong with you? And he said, well, just keep doing whatever you're doing. I'm like, I bet, But I also noticed that my skin had cleared up. I had more energy, and I felt the same way I felt back when I was modeling during those periods. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just stay on this. 11 years later, I'm getting all types of benefits, and I'm still on it. So let me share with you guys how it works. So ketogenic diet, this is your metabolic weapon, make you a machine. So first, let's talk about how traditional diets work. So when you're on the standard Western diet and you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, what happens is you consume carbohydrates, okay? And your body converts those carbohydrates into glucose or glycogen. Okay. And when your blood glucose levels go above 110, your pancreas secretes a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to flush out that extra glucose so you stay alive, right? Your pancreas is trying not to let you fucking kill yourself with these carbohydrates, right? And again, I'm not saying carbohydrates are bad. There's plenty of people who are in great shape who are on carbohydrates all the time, right? Okay. Just want to clear that up, right? But I'm just telling you how this works, right? So then once your pancreas, once that insulin comes in, its job is to flush out as much glucose as possible, right? And as it does it indiscriminately, meaning it's going to take it from all over your body, including your brain. And this is why you get a crash sometimes after you eat sugar or a bunch of carbohydrates, right? I believe the medical term for that is the itis. Some people call it a food coma, or this is why after you eat a big lunch or a big meal, you're fucking tired sometimes, right? It's because your glucose levels got spiked. All right, does that make sense? Okay, now with keto, you're going to do something different. When you're on the ketogenic diet, you're not getting the same amount of glucose, right? In the absence of glucose, your liver starts turning fat, either stored fat or digested fat, into beta hydroxybutyrate or ketones. This is why it's called the ketogenic diet. And then that becomes the new fuel that your body runs off. So your body, you flip the switch, you're not running on glucose anymore. Your body is running off ketones. So when people tell me, oh man, I tried keto, I tried low carbs, and I don't have any energy. Well, here's the reason. Well, there's multiple reasons why, and I'll get into it later in this video. But one of the main reasons why is this process takes about 2 weeks on average. Some people it takes longer. Your body has to learn how to develop, how to start running on ketones. Your body has to learn how to do it. And there's an adaptation phase. And some people will do keto for a week and be like, oh man, I didn't have no energy. Well, that's kind of normal because your body is actually has to learn that it has to learn how to start converting fat into ketones, and it is an adaptation phase. This usually triggers when your net carbs are under 50 grams. Like if you're under 50 grams of net carbs per day, then you usually flip this switch. Does that make sense? Hope you guys are getting that, right? And then your liver will be like, oh shit, we got to keep this motherfucker alive. Let's get the fat from his body and the fat that he eats. We're going to turn this into BHB or ketones. And now he's going to run off that. Here's the thing about running off ketones versus running off glucose. This is why once you adapt to it, what you notice is you'll have more energy. And the reason is because glucose is a very fast burning fuel. Like it's a fast burning fuel. And as soon as you're out of it, you're going to need more. This is why you motherfuckers get hangry when you're hungry, right? Because your body's out of glucose and you might flip out and spaz on somebody because you need glucose to control your willpower. You need glucose to control your determination. There was a great book called Willpower, one of my favorite books on actually how to become disciplined. And they actually measured it. And every time you use your willpower, you become, your body actually drains glucose. So your brain uses 20% of your body's glucose at rest. So when you have to think or do something mentally challenging, like not fucking spaz, like using discipline to spaz, which could be mentally challenging, right? You're going to burn through glucose. You burn through it. Ketones, on the other hand, it's like a cleaner burning fuel. You can almost never run out of ketones because once you train your body to run off ketones, it will convert it from the food you eat, from the fat that you eat, or it'll take it from your body. And you have plenty. Even if you're like under 10% body fat, you still have weeks worth of fat that your body can turn into ketones to run on. Okay. Right. So you don't run out as fast the way you run out of glucose. I hope that makes sense. And this is why, I feel like it's such an advantage to be on a ketogenic diet, because I don't have this constant need to feed my body with glucose. Like the ketones will get made no matter what. Does that make sense? I hope you guys are getting this. All right. Now, all right. And this is one of the reasons why many people report having way more energy and stamina once they get on the ketogenic diet. All right. Now, what are you going to be eating on a ketogenic diet? All right. So it's going to be high quality proteins: beef, eggs, fish, chicken thighs, Greek yogurt, whey protein, right? Healthy fats: olive oil, avocado, whole eggs, fatty fish, butter, nuts, and then here's the thing. You can eat vegetables on keto. A lot of times people think that keto is just butter and bacon, and they start eating butter and bacon all day, and they wonder why they don't feel good, right? You can eat spinach. You can eat broccoli. You can eat asparagus. You can eat zucchini. I eat 2 big salads a day. I probably eat more vegetables than all of y'all watching on average, unless you are, in fact, a vegetarian. I probably eat more vegetables than all you motherfuckers. You know, what you got to stay away from, what you can't eat is bread, pasta. That's why I never met an Italian person on keto. Rice, which is why I never met a Latino or Asian on keto. Cereal, candy, soda. I mean, you shouldn't be eating candy anyway, man. Candy and cake is for fucking women and children, straight up. All right. And you definitely can't drink no juice, potatoes, most fruit. You can't eat berries. So I eat a bowl of berries every day at breakfast. Blueberries, because blueberries are low on the glycemic index, meaning what? They don't have what? Glycogen, right? They don't have much glycogen, right? They don't spike insulin, right? And any bullshit, you know, you want to stay away from those things. All right. Now, here's one of the cheat codes. Here's one of the reasons why the ketogenic diet works so well for fat loss. Now, I want to be clear about this. A lot of people think that the ketogenic diet is only for losing weight or getting ripped. And it's not. Like, when I ate carbs, I was in amazing shape. Like, you go watch my videos from like 15 years ago, I was fucking shredded, right? And there's lots of people who eat tons of carbs and are in amazing shape, right? It's just the ketogenic diet has the ketogenic diet has some benefits that you won't get from, some additional benefits that you won't get from traditional caloric restriction alone, all right? I want to be clear about this, right? So one of the main advantages, if you are trying to lose weight, is that the ketogenic diet actually makes you less hungry, right? When people are trying to lose weight, their biggest enemy is hunger. And let me show you a study. Here's a study I'm about to pull up. Can you guys see this? So in this study, right, they talk about how keto can suppress appetite. And it found that people who are on the ketogenic diet were way less hungrier when they were in a state of caloric restriction than people who are eating carbohydrates. All right. This is just one of many studies. Make sure you can see it, right? It's just one of many studies that show this. Now, let me ask you a question. If you're trying to lose weight, would it be a lot easier if you were less hungry? Yeah. This is why people are doing these GLP-1s. These are why people are doing these GLP peptides like Retta, or what's the other one? Like all the fatties are taking the Rick Ross shit. Oh yeah, this is why people are taking Retta or Ozempic. All they really do is make you less hungry. But you could do that with your diet. Like the ketogenic diet will make you less hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like and it'll be a lot easier to stick to your diet if you're not hungry, right? But that's just one of the benefits if you are trying to lose weight, right? Another myth that people have about the ketogenic diet is that you can't build muscle. Oh no, before I even get into this, there's also studies that show, there's a few studies that show that, for example, let me pull this one up. Here is a study. You can read this whole thing on your own. Let me bring it up. Let me put it on stage. So this study right here, this is a meta-analysis comparing ketogenic diets to just traditional calorie restriction, right, with typically low fat. And the people who were assigned the ketogenic diet lost more weight long term than people who were assigned to the low fat diets, right? Right. And now the research, the difference wasn't gigantic, but it wasn't nothing anyway, right? It was something, you know. So I hear like people saying, "Oh man, as long as calories are the same and protein is the same, there's no difference." They're almost right. The difference is long term, the people who had to stay on the ketogenic diet, it was easy for them because of the lack of hunger, right? And here's another, hold on, I got to get into 1 second. I got to verify this shit. Okay. And here is another study right here where they put low fat diets versus low carb diets, ketogenic diets. And this is a randomized trial. And it found better retention and greater weight loss for the people in the low carb ketogenic group, right? So there are studies that say this. You know, I don't know why these influencers and everybody feels compelled to just lie and ignore the evidence. Like there are actual studies that show that it works a little better, but it's not like a gigantic difference. To be clear, again, you can still lose fat and get in great shape if you eat a ton of carbs, right? But I feel compelled to share that part with you. Now, can you build muscle on keto? Hell yeah. So a lot of times people think that you need carbohydrates to build muscle. I hear that all the time, and it's just not true. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You don't need carbohydrates for anything, right? Like they're like almost useless. We have essential fatty acids. We have essential fatty acids, which are fats, essential amino acids, which are proteins. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. If you want to eat them, that's cool, right? You don't have, I'm not saying you have to you have to go keto or you have to cut carbs for any reason. I'm not saying carbs are the devil. I'm just saying they're just not necessary for anything. If you want to eat them, go for it, you know? But when people say you need carbohydrates to build muscle, it's just not true. So here's a study to prove it, right? So this is the effects of ketogenic diet on body composition. And basically, in this study, they took some men who were already resistance trained, and they put some on a standard Western diet. They put some on the ketogenic diet. And what they found is that the people who were on keto built just as much muscle as the people who were on carbs. There was almost no difference. There was pretty much no difference, right? So you can build muscle on keto. I just want to be clear about that. If you want to eat carbs, man, I'm not trying to piss you guys off. I know you get so mad. If you want to eat carbs, go for it, bro. Right? Here's another study. And this one right here, this is a different study. Is this? Okay, yeah, this is a different study, right? And this is a meta-analysis on muscle hypertrophy. And it showed that basically it was the same. The people who are on keto, the people who are on the standard American diet, they had the similar results as it pertained to hypertrophy and building muscle, right? So I just want to clear up that myth real quick. I've been on keto for 11 years and I've put on muscle, you know, like I've put on muscle for sure. All right. Now, here's something you need to understand. The ketogenic diet can help with like hormone optimization, meaning a lot of times when people are on the ketogenic diet, what they notice is that sometimes they see improvements with hormones, especially testosterone. So here is a study right here showing that, oh, hold up, my fault, I lost it. Hold up. Here's a study right here. It's in the title of the study. Ketogenic state improves testosterone serum level results from systematic review and meta-analysis. It's right here. Like, I don't know why these other influencers are compelled to lie and say, or maybe it's just ignorance. I don't want to never listen. That's my fault. You never want to assign malice to something that could be a result of ignorance. Maybe they just don't know. It's cool. You know, they're not researching this shit like me, right? But yeah, basically, I'll read it right here. Conclusions. KD, ketogenic diet, improved testosterone levels, right? It's right there. Right? I mean, it's right there. And I don't know why people, don't want to say that. Right? Here's another study right here. I don't want to say it's just one study, you cherry picking. All right, man. I mean, if I put all the studies here, this video would be 7 hours long, right? But in this study, it showed that men on the ketogenic diet, their testosterone increased after 7 days and after 28 days on a very low carbohydrate ketogenic diet, right? So I mean, it's right there, man. Don't listen to these guys, man. The facts all exist, right? If you want to eat carbs, just eat the carbs. You don't have to lie and make shit up. But let's get to some of the better benefits, right? Outside of body composition, because you can still get in great shape. You can still get in great shape eating carbs. Most people eat carbs, right? Very few of us are on keto, all right? So one thing that's important is, hold on. One thing that's important is that the ketogenic diet, let me move. Hold on. Ketogenic diet can improve your immune system. So again, I have not been sick in 3 years. I'm sorry, I have not been sick in 11 years. All right. My girl had COVID 3 times. I'm having unprotected sex with her. She blowing her nose during sex, man. Snot on her lip. And I'm licking it off like a freak. That's how I was with my son and we were laughing about something. We were joking around, laughing. He was like 5 or 6 at the time. And he had COVID. And I was like, I ain't scared of no COVID. I'm immune, obviously. I'm on keto. All right, relax. And so I'm kicking it with my son and we laughing about something. And then I'm laughing, and this motherfucker sneezed in my mouth. It was gross. I ain't catch COVID. Right. I honestly, in my heart, believe it's because the ketogenic diet has been shown to improve the immune system. Right. So here is a study to corroborate the shit I just told you. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? So bam. Ketogenic diet activates protective T cell response against influenza and influenza virus. Right. This is just about influenza. But if it's going to beat influenza, man, it stands to reason it can help with mad shit. Right. People die from the flu. You know what I'm saying? Like people die from the flu every year. Right. So it's a study. It just shows it improves T cells. Right. Here's another study. I mean, I can do this all day. So those of y'all say I'm cherry picking because that's what I'm here from the people who just love carbs. Hey, man, if you love carbs, just eat them. I'm putting as many studies as I can, but this video would be 7 hours if I put every keto study showing how dope it is, right? Another study found that more about the protective T cell. So it increases T cell production, right? So the ketogenic diet, man, like if you don't want to catch colds, if you don't want to get sick ever again, fuck with some of this keto, man. I don't know what it is about glucose, but I'm starting to believe just from some of the research. This is now what I'm about to say now is bro science. Kind of starting to see that I'm kind of starting to get the idea that glucose may put a lot of stress on your body. This is what I'm gathering from all the research I've been doing over the last decade. It seems as if glucose puts some sort of stress on your body. You know, that seems to be the way. Now, before I mention it again, every time I talk about being keto, somebody says, "What about fiber? What about fiber?" What did somebody write there with fiber? Yo, man, bro, or like I said earlier, you can eat almost as much green vegetables as you want on keto. Like I eat 2 big salads every day. It's all good, man. You can eat vegetables, and I get a lot of fiber from that. Fiber's also in coffee. That's why motherfuckers be having to poop. Take a little poop after they drink some coffee because it's a laxative, you know. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yo, is any of y'all suffer from migraines? I don't know if any of y'all suffer from migraines or any other mental disorder. The ketogenic diet can help you with that. Yeah, man. Or anything that's wrong with your fucking brain. Within reason, keto can help you with it. For example, here is a study showing that the ketogenic diet is great for people with epilepsy, right? In children, at least, right? Because you got to remember, the ketogenic diet was actually developed in 1910. That's why I always think it's funny when people say it's a fad diet. No, this shit is like over 100 years old, right? 100-year-old fad? No, man, it was actually developed for children with epilepsy in 1910 because when these little kids, they come through, they got the shakes, and the pharmaceutical interventions at the time, those drugs, they were kind of harsh on their little children, right? So they needed to find a more natural remedy. And they noticed once the kids went on ketogenic diet, motherfuckers stopped shaking. And presumably those kids got ripped as well, right? And there's lots of studies to back that up. But that's actually the genesis of the ketogenic diet, right? But let's say you got some other brain shit going on that you need some help with. Let's say you got some other brain shit. I'm gonna bring up another study. So here's Alzheimer's. This that shit we need to put. Shit we need to put the president on, man. You know what I'm saying? Ketogenic diet showed a mild cognitive improvement for people with Alzheimer's and Parkinson, right? There's something about ketones that seem to be good for your brain. The truth is, I don't know if it's the ketones that are good for your brain or if it's the lack of glucose. I'm not a doctor. I don't know which one it is, but there's tons of studies here, man. Here's another one about cognitive performance for patients with Alzheimer's. Right? This is a meta-analysis, meaning it's tons of different studies. You know, it's not just one. Right. So here's the thing. If it's helping crazy motherfuckers, people who are literally losing their goddamn mind, improve their cognitive function, what do you think it's going to do for you if you got a regular mind? Yeah, think about it, right? Right? Think about it. Like if you give somebody who doesn't have ADHD, if you give somebody who doesn't have ADHD Adderall, what happens? That motherfucker becomes the most. It's like that motherfucker took the Limitless pill, where it makes someone with ADHD regular. It makes someone with ADHD regular. If you are regular, it's like you took the Limitless pill, right? Same thing with like Viagra or Cialis. If you got erectile dysfunction, it makes you regular sexually. But if you are regular, it makes you a sexual superhero. You know what I'm saying? So it stands to reason that it can improve cognitive function across the board. And that's been my experience on keto. Like my cognitive function has went through the roof. And all these studies seem to show that it's really good for your brain and your mental health. You know, speaking of mental health, Well, let's go back. Let's stay on the brain stuff, right? Let's say you suffer from migraines. You one of these motherfuckers, your head hurt all the time. No problem. Keto can help with that. So here's a study showing that the ketogenic diet can mitigate the negative effects of migraines, right? Here's another study showing that the ketogenic diet is for people who suffer from migraines. It is ketogenic or Mediterranean diet. It is an effective non-pharmacological intervention for migraines, right? And they said it also, the people in this, they also noticed that they mentioned here that the people in the study also improved their body composition, even though that wasn't the reason they were doing this shit, right? Listen, I'm not trying to sell you on this. It sounds like I'm just presenting you the information. Do with it what you want, right? And we're gonna get into how to do it and other things, but I feel like it's important for me to show you the real benefits that go beyond just, oh, I want to lose fat. Like, that's basic. You know, if you want to lose fat, just cut calories, man. But if you want to be on some next level shit, ketogenic diet, I think you'll find it helpful, judging from the studies. All right. Hold on. There was one I wanted to, where is it? Mental health. Mental health. All right, so check this out. Let me bring this up. All right, so here's a study showing that the ketogenic diet actually help people decrease the symptoms of stress, anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. I'm telling you, how many studies do you need to see about how ketogenic diet improves brain health before you start thinking, hey, maybe this is something I should look into, right? It improves brain health, right? So because like schizophrenia, this is crazy. And again, this is one of the reasons why I benefit so much from it personally, because I have bipolar 2, the new shit, not the old shit, right? But bipolar 2. And it actually helps. It actually helps. I don't have to take medication for my bipolar 2 because the therapists tell me that, oh, you seem to handle it pretty well, you know. And I do other things, like I meditate twice a day, every day. So it's not the only thing, but I really believe this helped me deal with bipolar disorder, right? My father, he probably has some undiagnosed shit going on. He shot himself in the head, you know, he killed himself. I would imagine he was dealing with something that we didn't know about, you know, but you know, what are you going to do? All right. Here's another study that shows the ketogenic diet helps with depression. Let me pull it up. All right. So this study shows that, let me close this bullshit. Shows that the ketogenic diet is an effective intervention for depression, right? Treatment resistant depression, meaning like when the drugs won't even work, keto worked for depression. I hope you guys are like kind of getting this. It's not just about losing fat. It's a way bigger deal than just that, you know? All right. Now, that's not it. Maybe you don't care about your brain health. Maybe none of that was compelling for you. All right. Hold on, let me move on. Maybe that's not compelling for you, right? Maybe you a looks maxer. Maybe you a looks maxer, and you want to be the prettiest motherfucker. You want to be the prettiest motherfucker in the world. You worried about how you look, or you just want to do it for vanity, right? All right, check this out. Or where is it? Here's a study. Let me bring it up. This is for anybody struggling with acne or skin issues. This study shows that this study shows that the ketogenic diet is effective for curing acne. So basically, they put these people on the keto for 45 days, and it says basically they showed a noticeable improvement in acne severity. Right? Because what is acne? What is acne? It's inflammation, right? If you're on keto, your body has like no inflammation because there's no glucose, and you don't get these spikes in insulin, these spikes and drops in insulin levels, right? Your insulin levels are stable, your glucose levels are stable, your body's running off ketones, right? There's no reason for your skin to freak out, right? And here's a study to prove it, but I'm not going to show you just one, man. Come on, man. What you thought? Who the fuck you think I am, right? This study right here, ketogenic diet on skin, potential benefits and risks. Ooh, right? So basically he says, yeah, it basically improves your skin. Basically, you can read this shit on your own. Like Google this shit, find the study, you can read it. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it talks about having low glucose is effective for acne. And here's another study: impact of ketogenic diet and low glycemic diets on inflammatory skin conditions. What do you think it says? That's right. That's right. It helps with not only acne, but a number of skin diseases and disorders. Yo, man, I'm just saying, I know a lot of you guys is pimple face motherfuckers, you know, and I know that can be like something that's difficult for you, especially if you're like a young kid or even if you're an adult, you know. You don't want to be one of these motherfuckers running around with stars on their face, man. What if you could just like cure it with your diet? Yo, what if you just cure it with your diet? These motherfucking look maxers, they out here, they got you wearing makeup. These look maxers got you smashing your face with hammers and wearing makeup. You could have just stopped eating carbs. Like I learned this on accident when I was modeling. I was just trying to lose weight, but I noticed my skin was looking crazy. I remember there was this one shoot, right? I hadn't been eating carbs the whole summer. I was just eating green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, all that shit, and meats, mostly fish, for a whole summer. And I remember it was like towards the middle of the summer. I had been on it for a while, and my skin was looking crazy, right? And again, I'm in my 20s, right? I'm 43 now, but back then I was in my 20s, and it was a shoot for like, I think it was for the East Bay catalog or something like that, some shit like that, you know, some catalog. And we started taking pictures, and then we like, and the makeup artist was like, oh, we didn't do his makeup, but I already taken pictures. Yo, they forgot to put the makeup on, and the photographer in them didn't notice because my skin was so clear. Like, that's a true story. Like, they forgot to put them, because all models have to wear makeup. You know, you've never seen a picture of a model without makeup, male, female, right? They legitimately forgot to put on the makeup, and nobody knew. Nobody would have known if the makeup artist didn't come tell, you know? Hold on, man. Is this guy trolling me? Are you trolling me right now? And you know what, man? Yeah, listen. Yeah, man. No potatoes. What are you doing, keto? No potatoes, man. I fuck with you. I love you, brother. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if any of you got, looks masters, if any of you guys are looks masters watching this, you out here maxing your looks and you wearing makeup like the other looks maxers, what do y'all do when y'all have sex with women? Right? Because when I'm having sex, I start sweating this shit. Do y'all like sweat makeup on bitches? Is that like a thing? I don't know. I would imagine. Hey man, you ain't got to do that. There's another way, brother. Brother, there's another way. I promise you. There's another way to do this shit. There's another way you can make this happen, man. Now, let's say you want to age gracefully. Like I'm 43. Every once in a while, people tell me that I look, younger for my age, right? There's a reason for that. I'm not going to put the studies for that. All right, I'm gonna skip that. Okay, hold on. What I want to find is 1 second. Sorry about this. I got lost. I lost my spot. Okay. All right, whatever. Hey, let's say you don't want cancer. I'm assuming most of y'all don't want cancer, right? I'm assuming that may be a wild assumption, but we're gonna roll with it. Let me accept the cookies. So there's a lot of studies, a lot of promising studies showing that the ketogenic diet is actually an effective treatment for cancer and potentially, and it can potentially help prevent cancer. I don't want to make that claim 100%, but there's a lot of evidence to suggest this. If you want to know, I'm about to show you some studies, but if you want to know more about it, look into the work of my boy, Dr. Dominic D'Agostino. He works at Florida State University, I think, and he's in charge of their cancer research division. And he told me to my face, specifically, and there's an old video with me and him. He says, right, that cancer cells need glucose to survive. They run off glucose. They can't run off ketones. So if your glucose levels are low, one, if you have a cancer cells, they won't get fed. You'll starve them, right? So maybe they won't develop and they won't grow into tumors. And he said that when he puts people on the ketogenic diet, the cancer cells actually start to, I'm gonna find this, man. The cancer cells actually start to weaken. Now he'll do it along with the traditional standard of care, right? He says when you add chemo with the ketogenic diet, it has even better results. Hold on, let me find this right. Cancer. I didn't have this ready, but I wonder if I can find actually Dom's the study he had published. Let me see this. Hold on, give me a second. Dr. Dom. Dominic. I don't know how to spell D'Agostino. We're gonna see. Because I don't want to misquote the brother. Oh, it's University of South Florida. I gave you the wrong. I actually gave I want to find a study. I might not be able to find it. Sorry about that. Hold on, maybe. Because it's something I wanted to show you that was like really cool. I didn't have it ready, and I didn't think about it till just now. Whatever. Maybe y'all just going to take my word for it on that one. Sorry. All right. But we got some more. Yeah. So anyway, there's a lots of studies that show that the ketogenic diet can potentially help prevent cancer. Right. I don't want to say that 100%. Like look into the data yourself. I don't want to get in any trouble. And cancer is something to take seriously, but you should really look into it. If you have a history of cancer in your family, you should really look into it. You know, you should really look into it because I think it'd be helpful for you and your family. Like real talk. All right. Hold on. There's something else I wanted to. Where's the other one? Sorry, give me a second. I feel like we talked about a lot so far. All right, let's just say you want to live longer. I'm assuming most of y'all want to live longer lives, right? Now, this is an animal study, but it makes some sense, it makes some sense, right? So basically, when they put animals on, this is mice, they put mice on the ketogenic diet, they lived longer and healthier lives, right? And that's one study showing this. Here's another study to show when they put the mice on keto, it reduced midlife mortality and improved memory in aging mice. Again, some brain shit, and this was kind of cool. The ketogenic diet, now these are mice studies, right? So take it with a grain of salt, but the ketogenic diet preserves skeletal muscles with aging mice, right? So man, basically what I'm saying is these little motherfucking rodents on keto, when they put animals on the ketogenic diet, they live longer, healthier lives and retain more muscle, right? There's not a lot of human studies on people doing keto long term. There are a few that showed, but it's not a whole lot, right? And I think I'm a testament to that. I think I'm aging quite gracefully, in my mid 40s. I'm retaining muscle. I don't look as old as yo mama, right? But I feel like there's not a lot of human anti-aging studies, right? There's just animal studies. All right. So how do you do the ketogenic diet? So let me break it down. And before I break it down, I just want to be clear. You can get in great shape on any diet, right? It's really, calories the most important thing. But I wanted to show you that the ketogenic diet has tons of other benefits outside of just traditional caloric restriction, right? And because ketogenic diet does such a great job of making you less hungry, it may be easier to adhere to it. All right. So there's really three types of there's really four types of popular ketogenic diets. It's not just one, right? So one, we call it standard ketogenic diet. I don't know, right? Standard ketogenic diet, or SKD. And these macros would be like, somewhere between 5 and 10% carbs, about 70% fat. So it's very high fat and about 20% protein, right? And if you want like maximum fat loss, this is typically what people do. Again, all you need to do is reduce your calories if you want to get if you want to lose weight. There are some extra benefits to the ketogenic diet. Now, a lot of people who are athletes will do something like this, which is called the targeted ketogenic diet. All right. And the macros are very similar, but what happens is a lot of people who do this, they'll take some carbs, usually fast digesting carbs, right before training. All right. So maybe, I've seen people eat candy, like just real high digesting carbs, fast digesting carbs right before they train. This, I've tried this before and I noticed zero effect. It didn't help me train better. I didn't do anything, right? So whatever. Other people will do what's called the cyclical ketogenic diet. All right. This is where they'll do five days of SKD. They'll do 5 days of the standard ketogenic diet, right? But then they'll have some higher carb days, like 2 higher carb days during the week. I don't know anybody who's done this long term, but I've seen people do it and they report getting good results. I do something different. I do what's called high protein ketogenic diet. Okay. And with the high protein ketogenic diet, I get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I keep my net carbs under 50 each day, under 50 net carbs. So net carbs are carbohydrates minus fiber, right? So under 50 net carbs all day, and then the rest get filled in with fat, right? So my protein actually stays pretty high. A lot of times people will tell you that, you'll hear this pretty often, is that if your protein goes too high, it'll kick you out of ketosis. That hasn't been my experience, right? So the first year I did keto, I did blood ketone tests every morning and every night, twice a day. And I just noticed that when I took my protein high, I was able to stay in ketosis. So ketosis is when your blood ketone, when you test your ketones and your blood ketone levels are above 0.3, 0.5, somewhere in that range, then you're considered in ketosis. If you're in ketosis, you are doing a ketogenic diet, even if it doesn't fit the exact macros. If your blood ketone levels are over 0.5, you are in ketosis. All right. So I just noticed that this was more helpful for me, and it allowed me to actually, personally, I feel like it's one of the reasons I'm able to still build muscle and still have a lot of energy, still be lean on keto, because I'm getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. All right. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to do one of these other styles of keto, especially if you're going to do, I mean, this is fine, but if you're going to do like targeted ketogenic diet or cyclical ketogenic diet, I probably prefer you to stay on the regular ketogenic diet for a month first, because you want to get your body used to producing ketones. So now you'll be metabolically agile. Your body can run off glucose or run off ketones. You can go back and forth between, right? All right. And so here's what's important. If you are doing it to lose weight, you still should count calories. You should still count calories, because calories still count, right? You can get fat on ketogenic diet. Like I've gained fat on keto when I keep my calories like super high. Like I did it deliberately because I was bulking, but I bulked up on keto and I got a little fat, but I wasn't eating no carbs. You can still get fat on keto for sure. You know what I'm saying? So you would definitely want to make sure you're tracking your calories. All right. All right. Get out of here. You definitely want to make sure you're tracking your calories, right? And again, it's net carbohydrates. So you can still eat green vegetables. You can still eat berries. You can still eat some fruits. It's really the only fruits I can think of you can eat are berries and avocado, right? Avocado's a fruit. That's all I can think of. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just wanted to break that down for you. Ketogenic diet. If it's something you're interested in, again, you don't have to do it to lose fat. It does way more than fat loss. If all you want is fat loss, man, just count your calories, man. But if you want some of these other benefits, I highly suggest you check out the ketogenic diet. If you want to see another video on how you can optimize your diet so you can be more productive, I'm gonna place it somewhere around here. All right. I hope that was, you guys learned something in this motherfucker from that. Hope that was effective for you. Are they getting it? Hope you guys learned something right quick, man. All right. Somebody's asking candy. Yeah, man, you can't listen, man. You can't eat candy on keto. Get real, brother. Chill out. We not eating no candy and cakes on keto, bro. I mean, you shouldn't eat candy at all, man. You shouldn't be eating candy at all. Candy and cakes is for women and children. My man says he doesn't want his performance to decrease in the gym. Bro, it won't. You'll be fine, bro. I'm telling you. You're going to be fine. Oh, shit. Did I lose? What's happening? Did I lose? Oh, shit. Can you hear me? Is it fucking up? It's lagging? Fuck. Hold up. Yeah, I tried to open this software to do the market update, but this shit is fucking up. Going hard. Am I back? Am I good now? We good. Am I back? I'm good now. All right. So how am I going to do the market update? Let me see something. Let me see if I can. Maybe I can use the. Give me a second. I want to do the market update, but I can't use the software I want to use. Hold up. Yo, there's nothing you can't do. There's literally, guys, there's nothing you can't do on keto that you can't do on carbs. I promise you. There may be an adaptation phase. So maybe like the first week or so, it may not be as easy for you, but there's literally nothing you can't do. Literally nothing. You want to do high? I see the comments you could do. If you want to do high intensity interval training, you want to lift weights, there's literally nothing you can't do. You're going to be fine. You're going to be great. All right, you got this. There's literally nothing you can't do. All right. I think I got it. It's going. Let me see something real quick. Okay. All right. I think I can do this. I think we got it. Hold on one second. Get wait. Almost. All right, we good. Hey, let's get the market update. Oh, what if I'm a hard gainer and will I lose a lot of muscle mass? No. Keep your protein high. You're gonna be fine, man. Yo, what guys, carb or hydrates are useless. I don't want to say that. You don't need them for anything. They're literally just not important for anything. Right? Your body can run off fat. You know what I'm saying? There's essential amino acids, essential fatty acids. There's no such thing as essential carbohydrate. It barely qualifies as a macronutrient. All right. Hey, let's do the market update. How I do this shit. Oh, cool. All right, you know what it is, man. It's the market update. Yo, Young Candlestick ain't here today, so I'm doing it all by myself, man. Let's see how this works out. Let's see what happens here. So this is the S&P 500. It's on the weekly chart. I like to look at shit on a weekly chart because I feel like it gives me a better understanding of what's happening. So basically, we've been in a long uptrend for a while, right? Really, ever since, man, long, just a crazy uptrend. We had a few dips. This was like during Biden, I think. And then we had this one dip when Trump was with the tariffs and shit. Then it's just been shooting up. We had another small dip the other day. a month ago, and it's just been great. All-time highs as of today. All-time highs. All right. So here's something I want to share with you guys. This is just some, before I get into the analysis, I want to give you the best trading tip you'll ever hear. So on this chart, this is a weekly chart. And this line right here, this red line, is the 200-day moving average on the weekly chart. I want you to see something. Ever since really 2009, but we can probably go a little, ever since 2009, this is the Great Recession, right? This is the Great Recession of 2008, 2009. This is when Lehman Brothers was on the shit. But ever since then, check this out. Every time you're on the weekly chart and the S&P 500 gets to the 200-day moving average, you can just buy that shit. I'm telling you, man. Like, just buy it. Here it is. It got down there. It got down here in 2000. What is this? This is 2011. Bounced right back up. Went on a bull run. It got down here. Almost got here, but then it went here on 2016. Bull run. It came back down again. 2019. Bull run. COVID. It kind of went. It stayed underneath the 200 for a few weeks, like 2 weeks. Let me see exactly how many. I don't want to mislead you, because each one of these bars is a week, right? So it stayed underneath the 200 for 1, 2, 3 weeks, then shot up. Bull run. That was during COVID. Then, at 2 years after COVID, it tapped the 200. Bull run. It almost got down here at this point, but it didn't even get down there. It almost got down here when Trump was saying, Trump was talking about them terrorists. Then he tweeted on Truth Show, on Truth. he tweeted on Truth Social. It's a great time to buy. Boom, bull run. If you ever see it, look at the weekly chart. It's got to be on the weekly chart. Like, it doesn't count on any other chart. If you're on the weekly chart and you have the 200-day moving average up, anytime price is dead, just fucking load the boats up, man. Borrow motherfucking money, do whatever you can. Steal anything you can borrow, steal. You know what I'm saying? Sell shit, you'll be able to buy it back. I'm telling you, man. All the cash you got, leap call options, borrow money, go fucking nuts. And this only works on the weekly. So let me show you this. If we go on the daily, it's always up below the 200. Like, it happens. It's too frequently. It doesn't work on the daily. You get what I'm saying? This is only on the weekly chart. Anytime the S&P 500, just go for it, man. Just empty the clip. All right? It's very important. This is very important, man. Go for it. That's something you need to know. All right? There's a few other stocks we need to look at. So one thing that I found funny is, Greg wanted me to show you guys Google. So Google is Greg's largest holding. You can see, again, I'm on the weekly chart. I like the weekly chart better. It just gives me, I feel like I get a better view of it. Google's at all-time highs. It just this week, it hit all-time highs. This is Greg's largest holding, so he's been doing great. Greg told me to tell you guys, every time there's a dip in Google, if you see a dip, just buy it. Just buy the dip. If you have any stocks you want me to look at, stocks, ETFs, you want to look at, type it, leave a super chat and I'll check it out. But Greg said, anytime there is a dip in Google, you should buy it until further notice. All right. But it's hard to get a dip. Look at all this is weeks. The last 4 weeks has just been going up. It's been going up. Now, he also wanted me to have you guys look at BIS. Let me make sure. Is it NBIS? He said, I believe so. Let me just make sure. Yeah, NBIS. This is his second largest holding. He wanted me to tell y'all, man, it's all-time highs. He wanted me, and he's been talking about it on the market update. He said, if there's a dip, you need to go get this. I'd be down to buy it. Like, if it ever got back down to here, I'd be pretty excited about it. Like this level right here. Because you can see, what you can see right here is that this level used to be resistance. This is where price rejected from, and then it became support. Then it blew past its prior high. If it comes back here, man, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get some more of this because I'm already in it. I'm gonna get some more of that shit, man. Right? He also said, Greg said he wanted you to. Oh, here's another one. He said he wants you guys the dollar cost average. QQQ1. What's that? How come that? I don't see it, Greg. This is what he told me. Is it I? Yeah, QQQI. All right. So this is the income version of QQQ. Basically, they're going to pay you dividend, like higher dividends. If you're in it, he says that, he wants you to dollar cost average on these. You know what I'm saying? Dollar cost average to these. And now there's one more trade idea. At some point, we're going to get Grand Theft Auto 6. At some point, we're going to get Grand Theft Auto 6. This is the company that makes it, Take-Two Interactive. They're not at all-time highs, but they're doing, it's pretty good. It's in a pretty good spot. It just gapped up. This might be a buy spot right here. This legit might be a buy spot. If you believe in the thesis, like if you believe in the thesis that this is going to do better, you know what I'm saying? Then fuck with it, Now I'm gonna go to some of my stocks now that we did Greg. Some shit I've been talking about XLE for mad long, right? And it hit all-time highs a few weeks ago. Had a quick pullback, but I think it's ready to go a little further. It had a pullback right here. I mean, this could be the start of a down leg, but I feel good about XLE. So XLE is the energy sector. And basically, we've been bullish on XLE for this entire, ever since last year, we were talking about XLE because, AI is so popular. And what does AI need? It needs a lot of what? It needs fucking energy, right? So this was before, we were saying this before the oil before Trump invaded Venezuela. Because when Trump invaded in Venezuela, that was like around, when exactly was that? Anybody know when did Trump steal Venezuela's president, bring some freedom over there? I don't remember exactly when that happened, but it was a nice pop after that. And we've been going up ever since. I think it was around this time, right? And it shot up. What happened here? No, it split. Yeah, but XLE. This is still, I still believe in this one, man. Like if it were me, I would keep going into this one. Pause. You can dollar cost average into it. If it ever came back down here, I'd load the boats up right to this level. All right. So we got XLE, but we also got, one of the L's I took. I mean, I made money, but I didn't make as much as I thought. Like I was really bullish on the defense sector, ITA, and it's still up there because we were talking about buying it like around this area. We were talking about buying it, and it's gone up a lot since then, right? Since we were talking, it's up what? Sorry, it's up around, or right now. Let's take it from right now. I mean, 40%. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? 40% is not bad. But yeah, I thought this was going to do better so far. It still got time. It still got time to run. It still got time to run. But we'll see, man. This was one that I was excited about. I made money, but I didn't get as much as I want. Oh, we got a super chat. What up, homie? All right, man. So what are my top holdings? Let me look at this shit. Let me open it up. So right now, yo, I have a lot. I think honestly for a long time, but I've been holding this for like 5 years. But it's in the energy sector. ET. Energy transfer. I just have so much of this that I just been holding for a long time. Like holding for a long time, man. So I'm way up. But I wish like Google was my number one. I wish Google was my highest performer. It's doing fine, you know. I've been holding it since like around here is when I bought into around this area, like maybe like somewhere in this area. I don't know, right? So I've been holding it. It's been doing good. Energy transfer. That's my largest holding. I also have I used to have a ton of NVIDIA. I sold too early. It was an accident. I had covered calls against it. But yeah, ET is my heart. Unfortunately, ET is my largest holding. When I look at like Greg and Google, I'd be like, fuck, I should have kept that. Or I should have kept that NVIDIA. But I got assigned when I did a covered call. I made a lot of money at one point, but it was NVIDIA. I wish it was still NVIDIA. Let me see NVIDIA. I hate to look at it because I was like, man, how much money I'd have. Yeah. I mean, I got assigned like around here, like around somewhere around this range. So it's not the worst. I was buying it like back here. So like I did well, but I wish I would have held it. It was an accident. I got assigned. Yeah, that's discouraging. That's discouraging. Yeah, that's millions of dollars, potential dollars out of that, you know. But we are where we are. Something to look out for. In fact, NVIDIA, they have earnings coming up later this month. I would buy NVIDIA on dips. So if you got like a lot of money, maybe on the next down day, let's say you got a lot of money on the next down day, somewhere like a cash secured put at like somewhere around like 168. I feel real good about that. Like if I wanted to get in some NVIDIA. No, I like that. Like, so you can sell cash secure puts there, and if you either get assigned, meaning you'll buy it for whatever it is, or you're just gonna get paid the premium. But I think I think that's a pretty good one. You know what I'm saying? All right. Listen, any other stocks y'all want me to look at? Oh, you know what we got? We got to look at Bitcoin. I'm tripping. Got to look at Bitcoin. Look at this shit doing a bunch of nothing for weeks. This shit has just been underperforming the market, man. Underperforming the market. I mean, it could go up from here, or it could do another leg down. It could do another leg down. I don't know. I don't feel great about Bitcoin right now, or any crypto. I've been dollar cost averaging into it, and I'm like up, but like barely. I feel like my money would be better somewhere else. Like, that's how I feel. It could go. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't if I wasn't already in. If you're not in this, this is not the point. I'd be excited to buy, unless you just believe in it. You want to hold it for like for a few years, you know. I wouldn't be down to buy it. But yo, guys, I know this whole shit was kind of about keto because I just had a lot to say, and I never gave did a comprehensive ketogenic diet lesson. I want to see if there's anything I left out, but I'll look into it and see. Listen, guys, we do it. If you want to learn how to grow your online fitness business, I got a free ebook to show you exactly how to do it. All right. You make sure you download that immediately. Show you how to grow your online fitness business using AI. It's 100% free. And man, we do this every Wednesday and Thursday. I'm sorry, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.